In this video I'm going to show you how to make beetroot pasta and for my goat's cheese tortellini. So you're going to start off with your plain flour or your pasta flour, so your 00 flour, and then I've just boiled a beetroot, but you could roast it until it's tender, and peeled it and then pureed it, and you're just going to make a well into your flour and then add in your beetroot and 1 egg and then combine it all together. I'm just doing it in a bowl rather than on the work surface so it doesn't make too much of a mess if the beetroot spills out. So you're just bringing it together. I'm just using a fork to bring it together and combine the flour, the pureed beetroot and the egg. And you're just going to knead it. Once it's come together, you can then turn it out onto your work surface, and you will need to knead it for about 5 to 10 minutes. And this is just going to develop the gluten and also bring our dough together. So at the moment it looks quite rough, and then once you have finished kneading after about 5 to 10 minutes, it will be quite smooth in texture. At that point you're just going to wrap it in cling film and leave it to rest for about 20 minutes in the fridge. I'm just taking off the amount that I need. You don't want to roll too much out at any one time. And then I'm simply just going to use a rolling pin to roll it out. If it's getting a bit stuck to your work surface, you might want to put a bit of flour down, but it's just about keeping on moving it around. And you need to roll it out until you can, it looks so you can see through it, so you can see your fingers through underneath it. So you don't want it too thick, otherwise it will end up too chewy. And then once it's ready to cut out, just floured my work surface a little bit, and to make our tortellini I'm just getting a cutter and cutting out some circles. Our filling is going to be goat's cheese, so I'm just putting a small amount of goat's cheese on each one, running a bit of water around the edge and then sealing it so that you're releasing any air, so going from one side to the other to take any air pockets out. And then just once you've got that half circle, using one finger and wrap it around one finger, and then pinch it together at the end to seal it. And a tortellini looks a little bit like a belly button, and that's how it's been shaped. So you just need to make them all up individually, and then they're ready to boil. So you need to get a pan of water filled quite full with water, and then quite a bit of salt in it to cook your pasta. And then you're going to place your tortellini in your bubbling water, your boiling water, and once it starts to float to the top, that should be ready. So just give it a minute once it's floated to the top, and then you can remove it from the pan with a slotted spoon. I'm just placing it onto a tray to let it drain off a little bit to allow it to be served. I'm just serving it on a bed of tomato sauce.